Okay. So, first and foremost, I want to welcome everybody to the Earth is Ghetto podcast. I have such a special guest. I'm so excited. And just so you know, I've been trying to do this for months, but my life keeps on getting in the way. Ceraun be like, "Bitch, I'm still here." Okay, like I can still do this with you. Just goes to show how amazing they
I
are
get it.
in real
Listen,
life.
life is life.
But
Life is
introducing
life. I get
Cearun
it.
the DivaNun. Okay, I am so excited. So first and foremost, I want to hop directly into this because I'm sure you've heard the show before. We always start with our mental health check-in, but it's going to be a little bit different. We want you to give us your introduction. Let us know exactly who you are and what you do.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm Cearun The DivaNun. I'm a multimedia artist. Primarily, I dabble in photography, filmmaking, and writing. I am a Black trans artist originally from Washington, D.C., now based in Los Angeles. And I believe in making art that is impactful, that moves people, that challenges people. I think growing up as like a Black queer child, I just felt so left out of the artistic conversation. There wasn't art that represented me, my experiences, people that looked like me. And when it did exist, it was so far and few between. And so I just want to create art that makes people feel seen in ways that like open up their humanity and that like challenges everyone to be more human, more authentic, you know?
Beautiful. I love that. Oh my goodness. So now we can get into the mental health check-in. How are you mentally as a Black queer artist making art in this particular hellscape of a time frame? How are you feeling?
I would say like mental health. I mean, this year's been a mental health roller coaster for me. I
Amen.
would say like now we're feeling better. Like I feel like my like like you know how like you go through periods where you're like picking up tools and habits and you don't
Yes.
quite know how they all fit together. I feel like I've been doing that and now I'm like putting together that and I feel like my mental health feels so much better. Like my anxiety's gone down. I'm able to be present. Like whenever I catch myself having ruminating thoughts, I like stop and breathe. I do like EFT
Beautiful.
tapping. So mental health now is on the up. Previously, it was in the garbage can.
Not it was Neil Satan's nutsack. Listen, I understand. We have 100% been there. But one of the things that I really do want to say, you really are a true artist. So this is just one of the things I just wanted to know. Tell us who inspires you, whether they are dead or alive, famous or not.
Okay, I would say in terms of biggest inspirations, I would say Toni Morrison, hands
Uh,
down. Octavia Butler, huge
ooh.
inspiration. Um, in terms of thinkers, the author of this book called Racecraft, I want a race theorist. That book changed my life. Um, Michel Foucault was a French philosopher. Judith Butler is an American philosopher of gender. In terms of
Oh.
like visual inspiration, Alfred Hitchcock, Julie Dash, who shot Daughters of the Dusk. Um, Carrie Mae Weems is a Black photographer. Her work
Okay.
is very much impactful to me as well.
Oh, beautiful. I love that. And out of all of the people that you mentioned, who do you think that you continue to go back to for inspiration?
Well, I'll say there's a reason why I have a Toni Morrison corner sort
Okay,
of
there you go.
in my
You know
library,
what?
you know. I
100%.
think I think, you know, her she just I don't know, one, I'm so inspired that she, you know, bloomed as a creative later in life. I'm so
Yes.
inspired by her willingness to tell the truth, even if it's difficult and hard.
I love
And
that.
just her writing is just so beautiful and eloquent, you know. And Toni Morrison told us to stop falling in love, but to start rising in it. So let's start rising in love, people. So yeah, Toni Morrison's huge inspiration.
Beautiful. I love that. Okay. So obviously, we're all artists in our own right, and we're obviously trying mentally to stay afloat. I know we touched on it a little bit. What is the things right now that you are doing for yourself that's keeping you mentally afloat?
Meditation has been really big for me. So I love to meditate. I try to meditate like 15 minutes a day in the mornings. That's really important to me.
Mm.
Morning walks, so just going for a walk in your neighborhood, just get the blood pumping, just, that time without a phone, without music playing, just like with your thoughts, I think is really helpful.
Beautiful. And is that the kind of advice you would give other Black queer people? Because, obviously I'm a witch, Aaron is an atheist. So obviously we're coming from a little bit different. But if you were to go ahead and give kind of like universal advice for Black queer people as to how to kind of almost abstain from the craziness that is whatever this hellscape is, what would be the thing that you would offer?
I mean, I would say if you don't have a meditation practice, like that is the first step. Like
Okay.
you need to take time because it's just like it's not like for me. I would say what meditation isn't just like sitting and like trying not to think of anything. Meditation is an exercise of like allowing yourself to detach from your thoughts, right? When you're too close to your thoughts, you begin to think you are your thoughts, but you are not your thoughts. You are the space in which the thoughts appear. You are observing them, and so it's up to you to whether you latch onto them or not. And so meditation gives you the practice in order to be like, okay, how do I calm myself? How do I regulate my nervous system? How do I come
Mm,
back to myself when I'm stressed? Like I think meditation is the foundation of which everything else can be built on.
I actually love that. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Now, if you were to tell us like all that you like create, like all of your like titles, which one is the one that connects with you the most? Filmmaker, photographer, or is it just multimedia artist?
I mean, I would consider myself an artistic philosopher. That's the title I would choose.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool, cool, cool. All right. So now we have to show you some of the artwork that we have been talking about. Because, oh my God, I got these pictures and I was like, well, Jesus, I didn't know this is where we were. Because no, it's like honestly, I truly was gobsmacked. I was not at all like preparing for it's a listen it's just been amazing to watch and to look at. So I want to start at the beginning of your reel here before I go ahead and share my screen so you're not just looking at crazy shit before I do that. Okay, so let's start at the top. So this I just want to say, as I share my screen, and just let me know when you can actually see it. It was there the whole time, friend. But no, this is what yeah, content only, share. So as you are seeing everything, the first thing that I want to say is that I love the way you photograph. The saturation, the like just the lighting, how soft this looks is
Mhm.
just so beautiful. And I guess first and foremost, I want you to tell us the title, the biggest challenges taking this photo and what you love about it.
Title it's kind of untitled at the moment.
Okay.
But this is part of my Queer Heaven photo series that I just completed.
Mm.
I shot four models in my studio in Los Angeles before I moved, and so if I had to give this title, I don't. This photo is the model's name is RJ. I call it like the longing in my head because there's something very like soft and just like pensive and almost so sad about it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just thought it just everything came together really beautiful.
No,
Um,
so gorgeous. And what were there any big challenges taking this photo?
I would say I would say the biggest challenge was honestly getting over my perfectionism. I came up with this photo series last year at the top of the year, and I like had started like I built all the clouds from scratch with like hot glue, cardboard, and like fill from like a craft store, and I kept like, oh, I need to do this and this. I need all this stuff, and really, and it just took me forever. And what's funny is by the time I actually shot that last month or 2 months ago, I didn't even need to make any more clouds or make anything else. I had already done enough. And it was just like, wow, I told myself the story that I needed to do XYZ, but it was already ready. I just need to like shoot what I had and shoot what was available instead of imagining this like perfect thing in my head of what it could be.
I love that because the marriage to perfection that I think that a lot of Black queer people have in reference to the art that we put out sometimes stops us from putting the art out.
Mm.
So I am
Mhm.
really, really happy that you said that. Um, and for this next one, obviously this is a part of the same series. As a fluffier girl, I absolutely fell in love with this photo because I there's it's so beautiful and it's still so soft and feminine. And being a bigger person, sometimes that's not always afforded to us. So I really love that about the photo. But the same thing, were the challenges the same for this photo, or was it the challenges for the shoot?
The challenge was for the shoot overall. Like
Okay.
once I because RJ was the first one I shot, and then I shot Vivi next. She's this amazing black trans like model and drag queen
Oh,
based in Los Angeles, and I thought it was really important. Again, like I feel like so many queer images feature like tiny, petite people, and I was like, I'm big girl. Like we need
Yeah.
other bigger representation. Like we need plus size beauty to be seen and valued as artistic and elegant and classy. And so I
yes.
was so happy when she said yes to the shoot. And yeah, it was exciting. And we had actually never like met in person before. I just been following her on Instagram, and I was like, "Hey, I'm doing this shoot. Were you interested?" And she was like,
Oh,
"Yeah." Oh
networking.
god, it just like worked out really beautifully.
Oh, I love that. That is so cute. Not an inst. Now you slid in the DMs, and that's how you got the photo. That's actually amazing. Now for this photo, first of all, I didn't know that you
Oh, that's
did.
beautiful.
I know I was the first. I did not know that you did travel photography. And I think one of the first things that I want to ask is, um, what got you into travel photography specifically? Was it just you were traveling and it just happened, or was it like a methodical plan?
Yeah, it was. So I live in LA now, but before I moved to LA, I spent 2 years backpacking across the globe. And you know, when you're traveling, it's like the only thing you can really take photos of are what's available. And so I love capture, like I love people, like I love capturing people most of all, and like building sets and telling stories through fashion and bodies. But with travel photography, I really love just like seeing the world and capturing sort of the little moments of beauty and joy. So this was taken on an island off the coast of Thailand.
Mhm.
And we were on like a boat tour, and the sun was setting, and we were about to leave, and I was like rushing, so the boat didn't leave me behind on this random island, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta capture a photo because it was just like the family was like walking, and they were in silhouette, and it was just so gorgeous. I just had to.
Mm.
I love that.
So like when it comes to like queer travel, where does like the passion come from, you think? Like when did you discover that traveling will always be experienced
Differently for
like
you.
differently for you being black and
Um,
queer?
so I think the very first, first time I left the country was in college. I studied abroad in Amsterdam, and it always have a special place in my heart. But just like navigating Amsterdam and like just realizing like, oh, like the experience, like one was like the experience I was treated in, like I was treated so much better in Amsterdam than I felt like I was treated in the United States, in like a lot of ways. And I felt that in general, like across Europe and Asia and Africa, it was like I felt like I was treated better outside of my country than I was inside of my country, because you get this American privilege that as a black person you can't really tap into it in America, but when you leave, you get it.
Hmm.
Um, and then as well, I think just like being able to travel and just explore the world and like meet other cultures, like you really get to put things in perspective on what's normal, what happens, what doesn't happen. And so yeah, it's really beautiful. And so this photo was taken in Vietnam. We went
Oh.
like on
Hmm.
this like tour of this like lake, not lake, this river that I cut through these limestones, and these people like they row the boats with their feet because they do so much rowing. It's like better for their back if they don't use their hands. Um,
Oh.
and so I was like just finished the tour and I turned around and this guy like waved at me and it just like the composition was so beautiful. I just like I had to capture it.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Say B. I don't know what
Okay.
that is.
So, what motivated you to want to make travel especially more accessible for Black queer folks? Because I know for a lot of Black queer people, anytime we want to go somewhere, we have to do like real research. We got to be like, okay, so what is the safest place that we're going to be able to go to that if I start making out with bitches or, you just start, being yourself, are we going to die? Like, and so I wonder what was it that made you want to inspire other Black queer people to also travel?
Well, I mean, I think we have as much right to explore this planet as everyone else. And
First
I
and
think
foremost.
I think so often travel is framed as an exclusively white pastime. And I can say, like, for example, I spent, 2 months backpacking in Thailand, and like 4 months in like Southeast Asia backpacking. And the number of Black people I met was probably like one, two other Black people.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And like only one of them was American, like another one like was like this other like Black French girl. And so it's just like we belong in the world. We deserve to take up space. We deserve to enjoy the beauty of this planet. Like this planet is a gift, and it doesn't belong to anyone. It belongs to all of us.
Hmm.
And yeah, this is another photo on the other side of Thailand, on Koh Phangan, which where they have like the big full moon parties. And this was like
Really?
days after the full moon party. I took this as we were walking to get some amazing curried crab. Oh,
Oh,
oh, so good.
don't say this to me. I can't go there right now. I ain't got the funds. That sounds so good,
It
friend.
was it was so and it was like a shack on the side of the road, and the curry crab was so divine.
Isn't that where all the good food comes from? Some hole in the wall that no one's looking for. That when I say that's the best food, just stop going to Chili's. Start finding some
Because
holes in the wall.
it's because when those holes in the walls, they cook for the love of the game.
See, you know
They
what?
cook
That's actually the perfect way to put that. They cook for the love of the game. They just love it here, and that's why they're doing what they're doing, and that's the truth. Now, to get a little bit into your poetry, which by the way, I thought was so beautiful.
Oh,
I
thank
think
you.
you're such an amazing writer. I honestly can't wait to see more films from you. Listen, when you're at the Cannes Film Festival, don't forget us, friend.
Right.
That's all I
I
gotta
can't. I
say.
won't. I won't.
Okay, because we was here first telling you was a bad bitch from before, okay? Um, but this particular poem, first of all, I didn't get a title for this.
This one's called. I think this is bags.
Bags. Okay.
It's called bags.
First of all, what were you inspired by to write this? And would you mind reciting it for us?
Of course.
Beautiful.
Okay. Okay. The first thing I noticed was all the bags piled high in the stairwell of one hostel, crowding the front desk of another. Like clockwork, they would appear around breakfast, no matter what country I was in. The height would reach its zenith by noon. Checkout at most hostels, sadly. Check-in was hours later. So often the bags were scattered across the lobby, next to the weary bodies who carried them. When you backpack, time takes on a new rhythm. I no longer demarcated by weeks or weekends. I counted by the last time my back ached from carrying my luggage. The burden which language cannot hold. That that which rearranges bodies without organs. I created. Oh, what did I say? Oh, I
Okay. No.
counted by the next time my hands. Oh, sorry. This thing. Oh, can you move the? There's like an
Ooh,
arrow.
not my mouse. My
Yeah, the
bad.
mouse. Oh, there you go. Okay, there you go. I just used that from that. Um,
I
I counted by
counted.
the last time my back ached from carrying my luggage, that burden which language cannot hold, that which rearranges bodies without organs. I counted by the next time my hands would lug and pull my bags and the bags I never asked to carry.
Mm.
Though I'm not surprised. My people have always carried more than our fair share. This very country built on the backs of those with skin like dirt and hair like the cotton they picked and then stuffed into bags.
Hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so this poem I wrote, I was trying to like merge my experience as like a black traveler, with yeah, just like merge some of the blackness of that experience. And I got thinking about all the bags and the hostels and sort of that like frenetic moment of how we travel, time moves differently. And so yeah, like this, I thought this poem perfectly captures sort of that energy, the contradictions, the movement. Yeah.
I love that. And it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into a little bit more mess because I wanted to keep it very, I be messy sometimes and I gotta know what's going on, friend. I gotta know. Okay. So now these are just some pop culture takes that we just want to get through real quick. So first things first,
Okay.
obviously we all love music, right? Name 5 songs that you are currently stimming or you can't get off your playlist.
Okay. A Couple Minutes by Olivia Dean, but the
Mm,
Oh,
Colors live performance. The
oh,
Colors live
wow.
performance. Because
specifically the
if I
live performance.
Yes.
the specific live performance, it's so good. I'm actually making a heated rivalry edit to that song, like as we speak. Like
A
once we get off.
heated rivalry edit.
Literally making a heated rivalry edit to that song because it's
Ooh.
so good. So that's number one. I would say second song I'm obsessed with. Rochelle Jordan, La Di Da, off her album.
Ooh, that whole
Yeah,
album. Yes.
Bruh.
the whole album devours. So
Devoured.
devours. Um, I've been listening a lot to let's see who else have been listening a lot to. Um, Leon Thomas, yes it is.
Oh, Leon Thomas.
Yeah,
Child.
He
Let
was
me.
singing.
Disney dreams. Okay.
right. Just and I think people are like, where's R&B at? Where's R&B at? Y'all are listening to Leon Thomas. That's why you're asking that question.
Exactly. The
You don't
R&B
have
is
no
out there. People
you
just
don't have
ain't
no Leon
looking.
Thomas.
You're not
You don't
looking
have no
for
Coco
it.
Jones.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Duran Bernard Mango Butter.
Oh,
I'm a bad bitch, yeah. I'm
I'm
that
that
nigga.
nigga.
Mhm.
I don't
I
think
think
you
you
agree.
agree. Yeah, yeah, child.
And then I'll say number five, Church Girl, Beyonce.
Yeah,
Ooh.
listen, Church Girl had crack in it. Listen, the whole
Yeah, true.
Renaissance album had crack in it, but Church Girl
It does.
specifically,
Church Girl.
Mm.
high grade
Because
crack, okay?
Yeah.
someone who grew up in the South, it like speaks to me.
Right.
Yeah,
Like I'm telling you,
yes,
like,
it was giving.
yeah.
Um, okay, so next, because I know you love your show reviews because I be watching, friend. And this is whether we've watched it or not. What do you think is the most slept on show that premiered in 2025 that you were watching?
Premiered in 2025 that I was watching. Ooh, I don't think there's a new. I guess it's only because it took them so long to renew it. I really liked Overcompensating on Amazon Prime with Benito Skinner.
Oh,
It was, I thought it was like so good. It's like set in like a vaguely 2010, 2011
background.
college era, which was the best college era, if we're being honest. The music was chef's kiss. And he's
Yeah, yeah.
playing like a closeted like football player, navigating like being gay and it's like liberal arts college. And I went to a liberal arts college, so I was like, it just really, really spoke to me. And it took me like forever to renew it. I was like, Amazon, I need you to renew this. Like, finally. But yeah, so good.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, and then one of the last pop culture questions before we get into the mess, because we got to talk about Diddy and Jasmine Crockett and you know what I'm saying. Now name, well, you know what? Just name at least 2 movies that you think changed your brain chemistry. Like you watch it and you're like, I'm forever changed.
Okay, I would say the 1950s classic of Gilda that stars Rita Hayworth. That
Oh,
movie is just like I'm a huge film noir person. And so I love,
okay.
love, 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 love Gilda down, down. Um, and then I would have to say, um, oh my God, what is the name of that movie? I can't remember right now. Then I would have to say another movie. Recently, oh no, okay, yes. So another movie that changed our brain chemistry. It's on Netflix. It's called Your Name Engraved Herein. It's like a gay love story about two men who fall in love right after China pulls out of Taiwan in the 1990s, and they're both like
Oh.
in the military. Oh, I cry if I'm scrolling through Netflix and the song that plays at the end plays, I start crying. Like it just it, oh,
Oh, okay, then that means it's really good.
Yeah.
it's so good.
Okay, so now we got things to put on the list that we gotta watch now. All right, so now let's get into the mess, friend. You watched the Diddy documentary?
I did not watch the Diddy documentary. 50 Cent is a whole fool. I'm not trying to give him no money, no play. So I did not watch the Diddy documentary. So it's wild to me that like Diddy filmed it while thinking he would be acquitted or whatever, and then didn't pay the people, right? And then that's how
He
50 got.
didn't
It's
pay
like,
the
sir,
videographer.
how are you that rich and you don't even
Like
cover
ran
your
right into
bases
that one.
and pay people? It's like you a fool. I'm sorry.
It's very like you're just a bad loan shark. You don't know what to do, when to get it, how to like. It's just you're bad at this.
Literally.
I guess one of the reasons that I wanted to ask you about the Diddy documentary, and I'm very glad that you said 50 Cent's a whole fool. I am seeing Suge Knight hero edits. I'm seeing 50, yeah,
What?
girl.
Have
I
you
said,
people?
I
Because
said Suge
people aren't
Knight.
reading the ancient texts. I'm sorry.
No, Brad, we're obviously not reading the right things. And now we have 50 Cent, who, as we know, horrific guy.
Horrific. Yeah.
Um, but
There's a
they're
reason.
now
There's a
giving
reason he was
him a
shot nine
hero
times.
edit. Like he always knew he was always going against the grain. And I'm just like,
No. Yeah. No.
yeah.
Don't like.
That, that's just it's just not real. Now, have you heard about the Jasmine Crockett debacle in
Okay. I
reference?
in reference to what?
No, I'm saying, have you heard about the Jasmine Crockett debacle? Because, she's about to be hired for, or she's going out to run for Senate, and she's obviously asking for all of our support, but she's also very pro-Israel. And so, people are very like, I would love to support you, but you support genociders, so I can't do that. And then, of course, everybody's being called anti-black. The same thing with Kamala Harris, what have you. So, just your thoughts.
It's just pack it. It's like that. It's so tired. It's so tired. It's so basic. It's like, listen, like if you want, like, first of all, people acting like, okay, it was if people actually pay attention, the head of the ADL literally in an interview said that the greatest threat to Zionism and to Jews in the United States was black support of Palestine. Ever since he said that, in like what 2000, it was like before the election, right? Ever since he said that, there's been a concerted effort to wedge a gap between black people and Palestine, and the way they do that is by pitting us against each other, right?
Yep.
And it's like, no, I see the threaded connections, right? I
Mhm.
see how like police go to Israel to train, and they use the methods they use on Palestinians. They then import back into America and use those against black and brown people, indigenous people fighting for water and sovereignty. So you can't tell me that those two things aren't connected. Second of all, you cannot put shills like Cory Booker and be like, "Oh, it's a black face. You should be happy. You should be thankful." No, like because for me, part of my art is about saying representation isn't enough. It's not enough to just have a black face, a gay face, a lesbian face. That's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that was enough in the 80s and 90s. But if the black face is going to spout white foolishness,
Speak on it.
I don't want it. You can keep it, actually. Because that actually makes us look bad, and it brainwashes our people,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes us more complicit in the tools of empire.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want
Mhm.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay, so now last thing before we wrap this up. Okay, so now for the pitch. If somebody wanted to hire you for photography, writing, what have you, tell us exactly what you would say because there are people out there who are going to watch this who are like, listen, I would like a black queer photographer. I have a movie idea. I want to send this to Cearun The DivaNun. Can they make it come to life? Like, what are you going to tell those people?
Well, I would say if you are interested in work that is intimate and editorial, that gives luxury, and that elevates us and our people into higher places, then you should definitely be looking out for me. You should definitely be working to hire me. I blend philosophy and storytelling with art and magic. You know, I'm an alchemist. And so if you're looking for work that isn't basic, that can transcend, that's timeless, while also being radical and challenging, then like that is what you need me for.
Period.
Love that.
I couldn't have written it better
Yeah.
myself.
Love that.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, first and foremost, we're gonna have to do this again. As you know, I have the Not Your Magical Negro podcast, so we're gonna be doing a couple shows, and we're gonna be reviewing a couple of TV shows, a couple of animes, and I would love, 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 love your input.
Okay, there you are.
Oh, there you go. So now I was saying I would love your input for Not Your Magical Negro as we kind of dive into different TV shows and genres and things like that. I think, whoa, what just happened? Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, this is how you know. I got problems, friend. Something popped up on the screen. I thought the whole thing ended. I thought it
Oh
was
Lord.
gone. I said, oh shit! I said it died. My bad. Anyway,
We're so used to this. That's why we're like, oh my
we
God.
really are. We're just like, oh,
Yeah.
girl, it ended again. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I gotta call Ceraun and say I'm sorry. Anyway, my bad. No, what I wanted to go ahead and make sure that I ended with was first and foremost, I'm so grateful that you were able to come and do this with us. I really hope anybody who is watching, please, for the love of God, do not give up on your dreams. Do not give up on your art, especially if you are Black and queer. When we say this shit is therapeutic, when we say this shit saves lives, here is number one example. Cearun The DivaNun has gone ahead and taken everything that they've gone through and they put it in the art and they made it beautiful. They made it luxurious. They made it palpable. And I'm telling you right now, if you ain't hiring Cearun The DivaNun, I know what the fuck you doing, bitch. I don't know what you're doing with your goddamn life. Figure it out, okay?
Figure
Anyway,
it out, okay? Get with the
thank
program.
you.
That part.
Well, thank you again so much for coming here. We are going to be doing this again.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
Let's
I
make
love
that
that. I
very
love it. Y'all,
clear.
y'all have great
And just
energy.
thank you. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. You're my very first podcast interview, so it's like,
Yes.
yay!
I didn't know that because you be famous for it. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. And just for all of the audience, please catch us in the next one. So this is not Ceraun's last guest show.
Nope.
And just
Good.
remember that being queer is African. And we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Yes.
Peace.
Bye.